Welcome back to the Roll Rickert Show, the Roll Rickert Network. We just got done talking about the first Phillies traded before the trade deadline. Papelbon going to the Washington Nationals for minor league right-hander Nick Pivetta, who's currently with the Harrisburg Senators. Papelbon gets $507 and change for the rest of the year. He gets his option picked up for 2016 by the Nationals. They will only have to pay him $2 million less, plus $3 million deferred for next year. He'll get $11 million next year. Giles goes to closer. He closed the game out tonight. Phillies won 3-2 over Toronto. Hamels are still down to Rangers, Dodgers, and Cubs. Rangers as a leading contender. So we'll see what's up with that. Brady upheld 4-game suspension. Give you my thoughts on that. That hasn't changed from when this all went down. I still say he should get full season suspension, at least. But now let's go on to another topic. It's of local interest. A couple weeks ago, the PIAA had a meeting. There were like 9 or 10 proposals to go to 6 classifications for football starting next year. They got narrowed down to 3, so we'll let you know the impact of the 3. The first proposal is to stick to the current 4 classification, which is divided equally on enrollment. And this is my opinion as well. Currently, for the determined enrollment for each class, it goes from 9th grade to 11th grade. They're missing the 12th graders. They do go to school. Therefore, in my opinion, if you're going to do a true enrollment for each class, it has to be 9th through 12th grade. 9 through 11 doesn't cut it. You still have kids. You have 12th graders going to school. They did not graduate. They will at the end of the school year, but you got to include enrollment. Also, if you keep the 4 classes, they need to bump from the current enrollment, make it a little higher for each class, especially Class A. There aren't too many schools in I would like to see. There's only 2 rounds in Class A in the playoffs. I would like to see that enrollment figure for Class A go up. That way you can have a true, like a 3-round playoff, like they do AA, triple, and quad. Well, quad has 16, but at least AA has 18 playoffs. So that would include. So if that stays the same, you would have 11 in Class A, which includes Oberdorf, Millersburg, Newport, Halifax, Camp Hill, and Steel High. That's if they keep the same classification the same. Second proposal is the 6 classes divided equally by enrollment. So if you do that way, there would only be 4 in Class A. That would be Columbia, Millersburg, Halifax, Carson, Long. Oberdorf, Newport, and Steel High would bump up to AA. There would be 9 schools in AA if the second proposal goes into effect. And again, any enrollment, they need to include the 12th graders. It has to be 9 through 12 to get a true enrollment and to put schools in the A, AA, AAA, quad, quadruple quad, quintuple quad, whatever, 6A, 5A. They need to bump the enrollment. They need to add 9 through 12 and have better numbers for the enrollment for each class. The third proposal is the sixth classification, and it would include a Super 700 class, which means those schools that have enrollment of 700 for football, it would be 700 males. So those schools that are 700 and higher, they would automatically be a 6A school. And then the rest of the classes from A to 5A would be divided equally by enrollment. And in that case, there would be 5 in Class A, which would include Newport, Millersburg, Halifax. Double A, Upper Dauphin, Susquehanna, Camp Hill, and Steel High would be in Double A, and there would be 9 schools in Double A. But again, they need to include 9 through 12th grade, not 9 through 11. That's not, you don't get a true enrollment. 9 through 12, you will get the total enrollment of each school district. Put them in the proper class. Make the number a little, like 1 for Class A, let's go 1 to 200 instead of like 1. In each sport, it's a different number. I think for football, it's 1 in 115 or something like that. They need to bump that from 1 maybe to 175 to 200. Make the number, make it wider for, and do it for each classification. But you got to include 9 through 12, in my opinion. Anybody want to give any thoughts? Anybody that wants to give a clarification about the enrollment, I'm willing to hear out from people, including even if an administrator or somebody wants to enlighten me on why it's 9 through 11 and not 9 through 12. To me, it's common sense. You want your student body enrollment, it should be 9 through 12. And one other thing to add, there's talk, I heard this recently, they want to there's 3 options on this. They want to cut back the season, and you can either do it, take a scrimmage out, take a week off for the preseason, or take away a game in the regular season to shorten the season by a little bit. That way it doesn't go way into December and into the basketball season, which makes sense. I don't have an opinion. I don't have any thoughts on that. I think you could if you want to end the season shorter. What harm would it be to start the first regular season game the week before school starts? What harm would that do or be? Thoughts on that would be appreciated. If you don't want to comment on that, that's too controversial. That's fine. But anything I talked about, you can leave your questions and comments on on the Little Record Sports page on Facebook. You can email me ltr71@hotmail.com or tweet LTR in big caps 71. And give me your thoughts. You can ask me anything on any other sports or Phillies. Where I think the Eagles start training camp end of this week. Pittsburgh and the Vikings started yesterday, since they will be playing in the Hall of Fame game in a week or so. So college football, they're soon going to camp. Pretty excited about Penn State. I'll give you before the season starts what I think the outlook for Penn State's going to be, and I like where they're heading. I think they're going to shock a lot of people this year. I did see the media pick them 3rd in their division. Ohio State's a double-digit favorite in every game. Penn State-Ohio State game is going to be very interesting. It could be like last year. I'll go on record to say that Ohio State is not going to blow out Penn State. And they can put Braxton Miller at receiver. It's not going to matter. Penn State had 60 players last year, and Penn State almost beat Ohio State, where Penn State didn't belong in the same field with Ohio State. and almost beat them. So Penn State's almost at full strength. They'll have more depth. And if the line is better than last year, which in the blue-white game you got a small taste, and they look pretty darn good. Look out. Look out. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm not going to give my true prediction, but yeah. So there you have it. That's all I'm going to talk about. I might do one here Saturday night, Sunday, and if not, then the following week. I'm going away on a youth trip to New Jersey, so I'm not going to do one Friday night. It'll be sometime Saturday, Sunday, or next weekend. So, but we won't do it every week one until first high school football game. Then we'll do every week. So, thanks for listening and watching. Until either this weekend or next weekend. This is the Lowell Rickert Show, Lowell Rickert Network. Have a good night. Have a good weekend if you don't hear from me. So, see you.